So far, I've moisturized my face with my all-time favorite moisturizer, which is my Charlotte Tilbury. I'm going to take my Huda Beauty Water Jelly Hydrating Primer, and I'm going to use 1 pump. This is my second time using this primer. If you haven't watched my previous video, you can definitely check it out. This is my second time using the primer and it feels really good on the skin. I cannot lie. It starts off tacky, so around after 2 minutes the tacky feeling goes away. My Huda Beauty foundation stick in 500G mocha, and I'm gonna apply it on for you guys. This is the same shade I use in the liquid formula. Personally, I don't know. This is my second time using it, and I don't know if because the first time I used it, I was a bit tired. But people say they can't feel it on the face, but I genuinely can. And I don't know if it's because the amount I use personally, but I do feel it on my face. Just blending this out using a patting motion. When you use a patting motion, it keeps product in place. This foundation does have a buildable to full coverage, so even if you have problematic areas, you can definitely still color correct if you would like, or even if you do, you don't necessarily have to, because I feel like it covers my spots whether I color correct or not. Another big thing about this foundation, it definitely doesn't have a scent, a heavy scent like the original foundation. Now that that's all blended out, I'm gonna go in with my Huda Beauty concealer. Taking my Huda Beauty concealer in the shade, ooh, I think this is peanut butter. I think it's peanut butter. Before blending my concealer, I'm going to take my Huda Beauty Tantour in medium. And it looks like this in the shade medium. Putting this at the highest points of my cheeks, so when I blend it out, it drops exactly where it needs to go. I don't always cream contour because I feel like that takes up a lot of my time. Yeah, I don't necessarily cream contour because I feel like it takes up a lot of my personal time, and being a mom, if you can cut out a bit of your makeup time, that's amazing. My angled brush to just blend out my cream contour first before blending out my concealer. And blending is key, so blend, blend, blend. Now I'm going to take the foundation brush that I previously used to bounce my foundation in to just blend my concealer out. I do think this foundation oxidizes just a little bit when sitting on the face for a bit. I'm not sure if I'm the only one that's experiencing that, but if you do have the foundation and you are experiencing it, you can comment down below and let me know. Taking my sponge to just blend out my under eye. Ooh, baby Jesus. Just making sure everything is blended out properly. So I'm just going around my corners. The key to perfect base is blending, making sure everything is perfectly blended into each other. To set my concealed areas, I'm going to take my Huda Beauty setting powder in banana bread. And for those who have never seen this shade before, this is what it looks like. Taking the other part of my sponge, my damp sponge, I'm just making sure that is blended into the skin evenly. Then if you like to bake, you can always go in with a thicker base after making the first layer blend into the skin nicely. I do have this Huda Beauty quad, and this is a 3D highlighting palette, and I will be using this today. But I'm gonna take my Morphe bronzer, seeing that she doesn't have a powdered bronzer as yet, so I'm gonna go into the shade Trailblaze. I'm just gonna pat that in. And for those who don't know, bronzer does give the face warmth. It brings back the warmth to the face. So that's the purpose of a bronzer. I do like how natural this shade of bronzer is on my skin. Yes, and that is that. And to just give my bronzer a bit of zhuzh or spark or sheen, I'm gonna take the quad palette and I'm gonna take this shade right here, and that one is called Aruba, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Aruba. I'm just gonna pat that in this area just for a bit of glow to my bronzer. I'm gonna dust off my face and be right back, and then I'll put my blush, my highlighter, and my other Huda Beauty. My Huda Beauty cream first to apply to the high points of my cheeks. Probably should use the sponge and blend that in. Taking the shade Bora Bora, which I would love to go to on vacation. This is pigmented. Okay, that definitely needs to dial it down a notch. I do not have any Huda Beauty setting spray, so I'm gonna go in with my all-time favorite, Charlotte Tilbury. Oof, make sure that's all marinated in. And then to top that off, I'm gonna take my Huda Beauty Bullet Lipstick in Game Night. And this is what the color Game Night looks like. And the last thing to apply to my eyes is my Huda Beauty mascara. So I'm gonna use the curl and length side down the bottom. And then going in with the volume side. Now, this is basically the completed look of my full face of Huda Beauty. I'm loving how beautiful my skin is looking. You guys can see how gorgeous my full face of Huda Beauty products look on my face. The foundation, even though for me personally, I do feel it's on my face. However, it does give a very natural but face beat there, if that makes sense. It's not as cakey looking as the original version, but at the same time, original version meaning the liquid version, but at the same time I really didn't mind that formula because, or the coverage, because obviously I'm not on my 5th bottle, so you can already tell that I'm in love with this foundation. I'm loving the primer so far. Like, the primer, it blends well with the foundation, but today is my day to test out if I'm loving the primer and if everything is actually holding well. After wearing this foundation for 9 hours, the foundation and primer held up perfectly well together. But I hope you guys did enjoy this video. This is the end of my video. Until next time.